pour un barrage de zone. Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir.
That'd be fantastic. We've only got 5 minutes though. They're very stern in there.
Ready yourself. Move out.
This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Be sure to click on the link in the description to get this game for cheaper. Greater War, the Western Front is currently available at £21.30 at the time of this recording. Brilliant game and is much cheaper than buying it from there. Make sure you get it. You can have the Victory Edition as well, which is also cheaper than there. The link is in the description. Be sure to press it before jumping on the website. You will be given a Steam key code if you are using Steam, which you can activate really easily. Be sure to check it out. And as always, thank you. Welcome back to another MoisTea gaming video. We are pushing back and marching towards the German capital area of Breisnach, if that's how you say that correctly. Probably not, usually way off. But we tried to get through Hagen, but they resisted us, which is quite disappointing. We could do with the rolling barrage and things to help us on the assault. Looking at it, we just need to get down here, so we need 4 turns before, well, 3 because we've got 1 stored. 3 more turns, so 3 months and we can get the rolling barrage. Then I'm going to usually take a couple of turns to adjust the tactics to use that ability. The rest of the line, we are quite thin in comparison to the enemy. But our breakaway up here is looking a little bit sketchy because in Luenville, rather beside it, we have 9 cores of enemy and 8 in Colmar as well. I'm hoping to push through here. I did the attack on the previous turn. If you missed it, then go and watch it. We need to take 2 more stars of this, and then we're going to have the French pushing up here with the British pushing up this way, or something like that. Keeping them together gives you a penalty notice of morale, and because we've attacked, we're at -20 now. So the enemy may well attack us from 5 different sides here, and that wouldn't be great. But we do have a lot of men and supply at our disposal, so the other thing we need to do now is end the turn. Will the enemy attack? I am not too sure. I hope they do. Ooh, they don't. That is interesting. But they have definitely manoeuvred troops over here as well, though. So we're in May 1915 now. Ooh, cocaine panic. Excellent. To the soldier subjected to nervous strain and hard work, cocaine, once used, must become a terrible temptation. It will, for the hour, charm away his trouble with fatigue. His fatigue and anxiety will give him fictitious strength and vigour. But it will also, in the end, render him worthless as a soldier and a man. This is the Times in February 1916, so I don't know why it's coming up now, but a handful of Canadian soldiers have been caught with cocaine while in England awaiting transport to the front. Do we punish them and we get a load of cash for it, or do we pursue, which costs us gold reserves? Well, we can't be having that. More national will isn't going to be an issue. We'll go for the punishment. I want the cash. Punish. While their soldiers did imbue, the worst they could be blamed for is adding to the demand of an already booming drug trade in England. Canada is not happy about their soldiers being wrongfully labelled as degenerates. And recruitment is down as a result. Hopefully that doesn't mean that we lose some cores from that. We do have more troops come in now. I didn't know that we got some. The enemy don't have more. There's another event here. Italy declares war. Oh, this is why we've got it. After remaining neutral for months, Italy formally declared war on Austria-Hungary. Italy had been courted by both sides of the conflict, but the Treaty of London promised Italy control over territory within Austria-Hungary that they had long sought, as well as other areas along the coast and a territory in the Ottoman Empire. Italy began an immediate assault on the South Tyrol region and along the Isonzo River, but met stiff resistance. The front remained mostly stationary for much of the war, with tremendous casualties on both sides. After the war, Italy received almost none of the promised land. This caused much resentment, which was used to drive the success of Mussolini and the fascists less than 2 decades later. Well, we know how all that went with Hitler and Mussolini. They all appeared at roughly the same time, and well, yeah, one thing led to another. But this is here now. We've got another Frenchman available to us and another spiffing Brit up there. No Canadians though. I wonder if that would have meant that we got more cores with that 1,000 quid that we could have used. Let's have a quick at the front line. None of this is too dire. All of this is looking relatively safe. They've had a wiggle. Voutsers has 6. We need to strengthen this area. Stanay has 6. Meaning we further need to strengthen this area. We have 5 in here, which we can reduce this to 2. Just because we have 3 there and 3 there, we should be able to hold it with 2, hopefully. Now we've got 3 in each of these, which is half of the enemy, which is at my minimum, so I'll live with that. All of this is relatively acceptable. Mohaj has 5. Metz has 3. Could take one from Nancy as well. While Colmar has 6. Got a French airing there as well. Yeah, we can if we need to. I'm going to take one from Epinal. Stick that over here. We need one in Saint Meanhold, really. Just because both of these stacks can attack this region. Really, I don't really need one in Chateau-Simier, but they can also attack twice from there as well. That will deter them from doing so. Now we need to keep on attacking that way. Now we've got these spare troops. We're willing to risk the line being thinner elsewhere, just so that we can get these in. We can also now bring in the efficient light artillery. That upgrade itself, I'm not that interested in. However, it will help in suppression. It's this one I want. The rolling barrage. Let's get that done. Not too bothered about defensive structures at the moment, because so far we can hold quite willy-nilly. We can actually have a scout. Let's do some regional intel, because we can see everything that the enemy has here. They have a supply depot in Colmar, which I didn't know about. We're just going to have to go for it. We keep attacking this, everything will be well. This will be the 3rd time we've attacked, so the trenches will begin to develop more. If we can take this by 2 more successful sweeps, this will be encircled, which is jolly good for us, and then we can get closer and closer to the enemy capital. So let's have a dabble. We have the planes here to protect our balloon. That's all we could do with them at the moment. This reckons it's going to be a stalemate. We do have a hell of a lot of supply and other things, so we'll get stuck in. As you can see, we have a very wide selection of troops available to us. And it's on this awkward map as well. Something else we need to consider, it's the rainy season. This will slow our troops down, making attacking more difficult, because they have more time to get murdered on the approach of an enemy trench. Supply is not going to be the issue here, it is going to be time. It takes time to maneuver men around. It takes time to get men into position and built up for an attack, and everything else. Can get a balloon up straight away. We'll get these sorted. Well, we have what we did last time, which seemed to work quite well. 2 lights facing north, as well as 2 heavies. And then to the right, we're going to have 2 more light artilleries, which will cover that area, with 2 heavies at the back also covering that area. Ideally, I would have more artillery, but it's already 8 there anyway. Problem is that we can't focus them all on one area, so we'll only have half the artillery available for Y and half for X. These trenches are going to get expanded upon, I believe, as soon as we begin. We're going to do what we did in the first try. We're going to take Y, move over here, murder everyone on this side while we hold this forest as well, so they can't reinforce from that direction, and then somehow get in there. Would be good if we had some more heavies, but we need troops on the ground. Gonna get some basic trench work, defense in. We'll go for 2 MGs there. Ideally I want them back here actually. We'll have them back there. I do like them back there. We'll have some down here as well, just because I'm wanting to save troops from actually going forwards. Have another one there. Might even stick another one there. We've got plenty of supply to play with, so we might as well. This area I desperately want more in, because I don't want the enemy to get too giddy. This area over here is a little bit sketchy at best, so we'll stick a couple in there. Like that, see what happens. That will help us if the enemy do get giddy. We're going to have the elites in the trench work. I might even stick another MG here. The enemy do have supermen that could take many holes before they fall down. Stick another one there. And there. Why not? Get the elite British in, just because they are the best in defense. They have a higher rifle accuracy, increasing their damage. And they have apparently gone to Specsavers because they've got good vision.
We have
have 3 there, 3 there, and
looks like we're late to the party.
a couple over there. This will leave us... Oh, I need one up here as well, just in case they get giddy. That'll do. So these are all the trenches that we did before. We've got the comms trench running all the way down in case we need to reinforce. But we can't do that over here, so we can do it there, run through the forest and get in there. That's the best we could do. This is completely separate. If the enemy take this, then, well, it is what it is. At that point, we could do a comms trench running over there, but I don't like it. I don't want the enemy to get in there and just run in. There's no resistance there, so I don't like it. We're going to have to go for Y, I think. We'll go for this southern assault. We might even get rid of some of these, so we can get the elite Frenchmen in. The elite French are very cheap, so we can smash them out thoroughly. Get loads of these guys in. I'm going to want to try and get the raiders in to run up here and smash the enemy. This is a prime target for it because the depth of the trench is too bad. Up here is also a relatively good target for it, so we'll try and utilise them the best we can. The Gurkhas, these are the raiders. Struggling to use them at the moment. They don't have the grenade range that I would like. We'll just stick them in and then we can go for a couple more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now, we're going to leave this empty while we attack. Don't really want to leave any more of this open. That's already scarce as it is. We do have plenty of machine guns there, though. I'm even going to stick another one in. I can't be having the enemy going for a gander. Might even get rid of these. And just have another Frenchman group over here as well. Oh, in fact, I'm going to do what somebody suggested. Stick some regular infantry right at the front, because they're probably going to get blacked. This will cost us more in casualties, because they won't be as strong. However, they are also a cheaper unit. So we'll see how that plays out. And then we're going to move. We're going to have to keep one there. The enemy are very adaptive lately. Keep all that there and go for this. All of this here, once deployed, will begin the battle. All of this here, the northern ones I'm going to have in one section. And I know they are the left team. And all of these are going to be the right team. I'm going to have to get that balloon up straight away. And presuming the enemy have... Oh, there is no Air Force available because it's the rainy season. Does this mean the balloon won't be able to visualize what's going on as much? No, the balloon is still happy. They have artillery up there. Artillery there. They haven't learnt from their lesson when I got rid of these by sending a few of the elite British over. They haven't expanded on this too much, but there appears to be less machine guns. There's 3, which is less than before. And we've got this trench work over here. We're going to have to go for that. This thrust first. That artillery is going to be a bit of a nuisance. There will be a machine gun over here or something like that. There's one there facing left. This one will hit over here, but it'll just be out of range for the attack, so we can weaken these here. We start weakening these. It should make our entrance a little bit easier on the initial. And over here we're going to have this just continuously bombarded all the way through. And even start getting rid of some of these machine guns. I'm not actually too bothered about the machine guns. We'll be approaching from this forest going this way. We just want to keep hitting them over here. Leaving. That's suppression. I don't want that. Start hitting these back ones. Just keep murdering them continuously. It might encourage them to stop attacking me. These are going to go straight into that forest and hopefully deal with that. I'm even going to send another one in.
Get moving.
Even another, perhaps. A little bit risky, I know. But if we could control this forest, everything will be fantastic.
Stand by for orders.
In fact, I'm going to leave them there, but just because they will get in the firing arc, whereas these shouldn't. If we run that way, they should be safe. We'll send 2 over and see what the enemy do. This one down here, if it becomes clear the enemy aren't going to attack, then we'll move them forwards. Then we just need to start going this way. So we'll have the initial barrage going. Right, so their balloon is in there. We can take out these before the enemy can utilize them. That will be great for our attack, because those are heavies. They will smash our men to bits.
We have new orders.
And we're going to send that 3rd one up. I want rid of these quickly.
We're moving.
The enemy may well go on the attack if they do. I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to try and do this as quickly as possible.
Stand by for orders. We need to hold yourselves.
Only problem is this costs time.
We have new
That's the suppression one, it's not as bad. Just getting them in there at this point. That barrage should be pretty much done. Excellent, we are in there with that. These are the elites, but the grenades are very much nah. Gonna actually start sending our men up here. I'm just gonna pause it while I set the orders up. I want everybody to legit just run in there. All of them, every single one. All of you, go that way. Cheers, lads. As they get a little bit closer, I can micromanage it a little bit better. These I need to hammer, that is for sure. I'm actually going to wait until we are closer. All of this can start being hammered continuously. Notice how the enemy don't suffer as much damage as well now from our attacks. Isn't ideal. They can take care of that. Hopefully the enemy don't get giddy. All of our troops are running along. They have one artillery barrage. That lot will be coming from over here. This is where the fun begins. That was an artillery barrage, I believe, from over here, but there won't be that much of it doing too much damage to me. Keep them happy. Now this is where the fun begins. We can hit this dead on. We can hit this one dead on. At the back. That way we can suppress this while we run in. They can go straight up this wall. This is what we want. We want them to go across here and then up there. Don't have the controls for that, so we're just going to have to shove them all this way. Just get them running that way in general. Hopefully the enemy don't decide to bombard us, because if they do, we are in big trouble. That's their suppression. This is where we need to run in. Get those troops in there as fast as possible. I have one more suppression available, which should hopefully stop them. Send in another one. That's a heavy artillery barrage. Try and avoid that, but at the same time we need them to go. Suppress that, that's not going to do us any favours. They are dying. We're going to have to send them all up at this point. Their artillery is done. We can send these guys legit just running through. Everything will be better. Get these guys home. Place them with fresh troops. Start hammering some of this. That will suppress them. Balloon is down. Move all of those troops over there. Get fresh ones in. Move these guys in. Can't quite click it. There we go. Got it. These just need to run that way. These can deal with these machine guns if possible. And that's it. We've grabbed this section of trench. All of you can move up. We have a unit out of position. They actually kept that position. I didn't realise that. They are also being hit by this. So now we can suppress this slightly just while we deal with them. We need to get some fresh troops in. Get more elite Frenchmen in. Wow, we did lose a few men. I didn't want them to actually go under the trench, but they have, never mind. Just need to get these guys up now, that's it. You run into that trench, please. We can bombard this section. Need to continuously keep hitting this area. Their troops do seem to be proving more resistant to artillery now. They may have upgraded them.
Tenez-vous prêts. Dispersez, préparez-vous sur la ligne.
You can even potentially get these into that piece of trench there.
Formation détermine cette position. On a de nouveaux ordres. On a de nouveaux ordres.
Do need this suppressing.
Rechargez pour le tir de
We can
barrage.
suppress that,
Position de tir de barrage.
and now we can send these men over
Tenez-vous prêts.
and get these in there too.
Attention.
Take the lot. You can go home because you're knackered.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
The enemy are actually shooting us from over here.
We have new orders. Move out. Stand by. We're moving. Get moving.
There's a bit of a glitch going on there.
Tir de barrage. On a nos positions.
Get these troops in and everyone will be happy.
Position.
Do need men in this forest.
Ready yourselves. We need to go. Attention. Fire at will.
Not sure what's going on there, but something is broken, I think. Get
Tenez-vous
all
prêts.
of these troops up.
On tient.
Most of
Attention.
their artillery should now be gone.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Cette
Start
position.
taking out the rest
On a
of
de
them.
nouveaux ordres. Cette position est à nous.
All these half-tied troops I'm going to send home, but we can certainly fill
Préparez-vous à tirer.
all of these up.
Tenez-vous prêts. Mettez-vous en position. Attention. On doit tenir cette
I'm going to have to
position.
get some of these raiders back in. You're going to get slapped. You two need to go home.
On va en retraite.
They must still have an artillery
We have
darted
new
around
orders.
somewhere.
Préparez-vous, soldats.
They've
Préparez-vous
also
pour le barrage. Feu.
resupplied
Préparez-vous à
this
recevoir les
section.
ordres des
Our
autres.
artillery just doesn't seem to be touching them. They may have the advanced firing
Attendez
trench,
les ordres.
which does protect them considerably. We can get the raiders in wherever they've gone. Over here with more elite Frenchmen in. They are the cheaper ones. I might as well use them.
On se replie. On a de nouveaux ordres. On a de nouveaux ordres.
I want to go straight down there into that forest. Now,
Préparez-vous à recevoir des tirs.
it looks like the enemy are going for a gander.
Attendez les ordres. On y va.
We can hammer this
Chargez
section.
l'artillerie.
That would
Les
be
coordonnées pour
wonderful.
le barrage. Établissez les positions. Établissez le barrage. Tirez
They
avec
may have
votre
even got that
artillerie.
upgrade now as well, which isn't great for us,
Tenez-vous prêts.
where
Formez les rangs. Attention. Préparez-vous sur la ligne.
they have increased health and things
Renfort, en rapport. On a de nouveaux ordres.
of
Allez,
their
on accélère.
troops. That will not be good for us at all.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Get all these troops into that forest
On y va. Tenez-vous prêts. On doit y aller. Attention. Allez, on accélère.
and everything will be a lot better.
On a de nouveaux ordres. En marche. On a de nouveaux
Even all
ordres.
these ones, yes, they are in column formation. We can't be happy. Look at that. They've not even budged. Our artillery will not do the job for us anymore. This is just going to get more and more and more difficult, isn't it? We can at least
Équipe,
attack
prêt,
the
préparez un
emplacements,
barrage total.
you'd think.
Préparez-vous pour le barrage. On a nos cibles. Préparez-vous, soldats.
doesn't do it though,
Chargez pour
does
un
it?
barrage de zone.
All of this isn't doing it at all. This is very, very worrying.
On y va. On tient. Tenez-vous prêts.
Get these
On tient
troops
cette
all
position.
up there.
Attention. Cette position est à nous. On a de nouveaux ordres.
We'll have 8.
On doit tenir cette position.
We're going to need all of our available artillery to start hitting this.
Pilonnez cette position. Établissez le barrage. Commencez le barrage.
There's their other remaining
On a de nouveaux
artillery.
ordres. Sur la ligne. Attendez les ordres. En position de
Get
tir.
these in there if we can. We could do with suppressing some of this. If that works, that would be wonderful. Their MGs are facing the wrong way
On doit y aller.
for an attack from this location.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Allez, on accélère. Dispersez-vous.
These raiders are going to come in handy in a moment.
Attendez les ordres. En marche. Tenez-vous prêts. On avance.
Équipe, prêt, préparez un barrage.
Hammer some more of this. We're going to be pushing our men into there, so really we could do with hammering this first. This will be the more difficult situation to attack in.
Préparez-vous à recharger les ordres. Pilonnez cette position.
That machine gun will have firing arc over these troops.
On prépare les tirs. On a de nouveaux
These
ordres.
need to be restocked.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Formation
This is
d'escadron.
just a case of feeding men in there.
Attendez les ordres.
We need another British in here because the enemy are going to be continuously
We have new orders.
resupplying from that area. We're going to have to... A bit difficult to keep
Tenez-vous prêts.
going at it. We need these troops in there.
Mettez-vous en position. On a de nouveaux ordres.
Get these sent home quickly, lads. Get in there. We can still bombard some of this. We want this area clearing if possible. All these disconnected ones are going to be the problem.
Tenez-vous prêts. En marche. Attention, on avance. On a de nouveaux ordres. On va y aller. On a de nouveaux ordres.
We'll get these raiders over. The enemy are going to be sending troops over in this direction. We're going to need some trusty British riflemen in. Elite British.
Reinforcements reporting.
Get 2 in there.
Reinforcements ready.
4 even. Get them over quickly.
Attendez les ordres.
And get the machine gun running down.
Tenez-vous prêts. En position.
Not the machine gun. Get the raiders running down. They should be able to take care of many things over here. Keep bombarding this area. If possible, we could be doing really getting some troops in there. Better not though, they'll keep hammering us from that location. The game's lagging slightly. Come on, game. Where are you going? No, I dodged up to go. Okay, we're not doing too bad. They have updated their trench work, but it's not as sufficient as what I thought it was going to be. We could bombard that, that would be quite nice. Keep them quiet for the time being. Some more elite French in over here.
Stand by for orders. Get moving. Ready yourselves. We need to go.
This appears to be having a bit of a funny do. You go in that trench, you're going to get murdered, quite possibly, and then I have to suppress this. Or we get some nice, fresh troops in. This is going to need suppressing as well. We do that with these troops. Suppress that. And just get these in. You might as well go home. This is getting a little bit tricky to manage. The enemy are all over this, but I don't quite know what they're doing. Again, we've got the massive blob of enemy coming over. They are actually having a gander. Our machine guns are cutting them to pieces though, which is what we want.
Attention! Charge!
Bombard some of that, I suppose. And we are now actually properly taking this bit of trench. Now we need to move our troops over as quickly as possible. Started running out of time last time. I don't want that again. We must still have artillery. Oh, it's there. Get all these just attacking that. That needs to go. All of them. They are continuously sending troops this way. Now they are attacking from this area. Right, that's good. All of them are done. Now we can get these troops in, send these home. This is where the time comes in. If we don't secure this point relatively soon, we're going to be in trouble. But I need to get all of these troops in here as quickly as possible. We keep sending a lot of units over here. And again, this is why this is a difficult terrain to deal with, because only half of our artillery can actually hurt them. And they are adapting, they're running around our artillery barrage. I don't know how many more troops they actually have, but it can't be that many. I have to get some more Frenchmen in. Get them over here, ready to go. Start getting this attack organised.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Attendez les ordres.
Now they must know that we have units in this forest. They keep attempting to probe this way and that way. But look at the state of that. They've done it again.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres.
Taking this is going to be a nightmare. You can only suppress 2 areas. Getting in initially is going to be the troubling part. We need to weaken these areas.
Feu.
All of these troops that are just outside are going to continuously keep hitting us. I'm glad we've got all these machine guns doing something. If they properly went for it, I don't think I'd be able to stop them. I really don't like it. Still sending in replacements. Thing is, I've got nothing to answer for it. These are getting in position.
Allez, on accélère. Attention. En marche.
We're nearly ready. This troop down here
We have new orders.
can now come all the way up here.
We hold here. Take firing positions.
It's still sending troops over. I quite like how they're doing that. It means I can keep going with my attack. They're still sending troops over here. I'm hoping the enemy will actually just keep doing this for a while. They keep trying to branch out. Attacking them and the trench really isn't doing anything. I think they've upgraded their troops. That must be the case. Because before I could do more damage to them, I'm sure of it. Some of them are going home. Shooting our troops there. They reinforce them there, great stuff. We can just hammer them. And even get the other guns on this. That'd be fantastic. We've only got 5 minutes though. They're very stern in there.
Ready yourself. Move out.
Oh, I don't want to go in there. I'm going to have to wait till the artillery is ready and then just go for it of some kind. And use this lot to suppress their shootings, at least. But all the big guns here, we can start going for it now, but we're going to keep murdering them just for the time being while they are here. Because the enemies being a little bit silly, reinforcing from this position. This is certainly going to be adding up the casualty list. Each one of these has 225 men in it. Still got all of this to deal with. Probably need to start making an actual move. We've got 4 minutes. We go for this. All these are going to start hammering. All of these are going to start hammering. Going at the flank won't work because their arcs all intersect with that much of a deep trench. Just going to have to hope some of them get in. I'm going to set up the order now. I've got 8 units running towards this now. Artillery is going down. All of these, hopefully, which are going to be hitting us. Wondering if I can suppress most of this. I've got 4 to go in each of them. Some of them will get in. Just need to start getting in there, pushing them back. Now they can't reinforce, now we just need to eliminate their forces in the area. I'm going to have to keep pushing this section. 4 units at a time on 1 point.
Attention. On a de nouveaux ordres. Retraite. On a de nouveaux ordres. Attendez les ordres.
Hopefully this will be enough.
Chargez l'artillerie. Rechargez.
More artillery coming in now to start hammering them. Need this suppressed. Hopefully that will cover.
Tenez-vous prêts. Sur la ligne. Stand by.
Doing it to a degree.
Ready yourselves.
Run across, just run across. Come on, lads.
Attention, ready on the fire step. Attention, en position de tir. We have new orders. On a de nouveaux ordres. Préparez-vous à tirer. On a de nouveaux ordres.
I think they're doing it.
Chargez l'artillerie. Avancez le barrage. Établissez les positions avec l'artillerie.
Attendez les ordres. Préparez-vous sur la
Kind of in there, but I'm also pressing the wrong buttons because I'm rushing slightly.
We have new orders. Position.
Need to bring more men in.
On attend les ordres.
We
Tenez-vous
need this
prêts.
point.
On avance. Attention. Formation d'escarmouche. On y va. On doit y aller. On a de nouveaux ordres.
Équipe, prêt. Préparez un barrage total.
On a de nouveaux ordres.
Might just send these home. These just need to go across there immediately.
Tenez-vous prêts.
These are no longer going to be very useful.
Attention. On a de nouveaux ordres.
4, come on, I need 4, that's it.
Allez, on accélère. Position de tir.
You go in there,
Attendez les ordres.
suppress
Préparez-vous,
this.
soldats. Rechargez pour le tir de barrage. On a nos cibles.
Tenez-vous prêts. Levez le drapeau blanc.
3 in there.
Préparez-vous à tirer.
Where's my troops gone?
On arrive après la bataille, on dirait.
Still approaching, come on.
Attention. Mettez-vous en position.
Préparez-vous à recevoir les ordres de tir. Feu. Chargez l'artillerie. Rechargez pour un barrage de zone. Établissez les positions.
On a de nouveaux ordres. Préparez-vous sur la ligne. Sur la ligne.
Équipe, prête.
Need all this suppressed really quickly.
Préparez-vous, soldats. Tirez avec cette artillerie.
On a de nouveaux ordres. On se replie. Attendez les ordres.
Yes! Oh, thankfully they surrendered. They run out of reinforcement areas. That was worse than the other one. The artillery doesn't hurt them in the trenches anymore. This is ridiculous. Really is ridiculous. That was one of the big plays that I did before. Just bombard them all the time, but it just doesn't do anything. Yes, it's a tricky map, because you can only have half of your artillery on that point, but still, I mean, really, we didn't actually do too bad. We lost maybe 8,000 there, and the enemy lost 19,000, which is even more, but still so persistent. The only reason why we can get in there as it is anyway, it was simply because of the forest. If it wasn't for that forest, we would be pretty much done in. But again, also, we can't really use the artillery there. If we could have had a rolling barrage, which is what we're aiming for, that would have been fantastic. So we did manage to take that other star off, which is great. We lost a lot of cash. See, that's the thing. Supply wasn't the issue there. It was time. It takes time to get your troops in there and everything else. We need to take this on the next turn, just so that we can encircle this. I don't know if the enemy are going to attack. They've got plenty of troops knocking about so that they can do so. The game wants us to build that, but I'm not interested. And this also wants us to get some barbed wire, but again, we need the rolling barrage first. Defending, we're okay for now. Until I start losing stars, then I'll think about it. But on the moment, we need to attack. Attacking is what we're struggling with. Just because we're against supermen and their regular infantry smashes our elite infantry. So what are you supposed to do? And now the artillery doesn't hurt them too much either. They must have shrapnel armor on. So thank you for watching and tuning in. I will see you in the next one, where we'll see if the enemy decide to attack us again. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching.